I was about to spar. Before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight.
Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this.
To keep the speed, Gervonta Tank Davis, if he put on the right weight, put the right weight on, and, you know, have the lean muscle right, he can look fantastic somewhere in the mid-150s, dare I say, close to 160 against Jake Paul.
New, unseen training footage shows Gervonta Tank Davis dropping a much larger sparring partner as he prepares for his fight with Jake Paul. The video captures his trademark mix of timing and explosive power. One precise left hand ends the session instantly. Fans are calling it proof that Davis's speed and accuracy are still on another level, even against opponents who outweigh him. Boxing analyst Showbiz The Adult predicts that Gervonta Davis will weigh in around 154 pounds for his matchup with Jake Paul, brushing off talk that Tank will be too small. He points out that Davis has walked around at that weight before and even trained as heavy as 160 pounds, so it's not unfamiliar territory. According to Showbiz, Davis's years of sparring with bigger fighters have sharpened his timing, defense, and counterpunching. That experience, combined with his explosive power and sharp fight IQ, gives him a clear advantage. Showbiz is confident. He believes Jake Paul's size won't matter once Davis lands clean, boldly predicting an easy knockout win for Tank.
150s, dare I say, close to 160 against Jake Paul. And dare I say it, I think that's the right thing for him to do. Why? I've been saying this. Number one, fighters need to start fighting closer to their walk-around weight. They're just healthier that way. They're just better and healthier that way. I mean, I know it's probably surprising them too. Like, that was the best I've seen Terrence Bud Crawford. Lamont Roach, he's fighting Pitbull at 140, coming from 130 and a pit stop at 135. You have Shakur Stevenson talking about fighting Teofimo Lopez. They're very close to making that fight at 140. And I think all of them would look their best there, especially Roach, where he ain't knocking nobody out down there at 130. But I bet you he'll be swatting far more at 140. Gervonta Tank Davis, I think, just like the others, fighting closer to your walk-around weight is just going to be one of the better performances for Gervonta Tank Davis. He's going to learn a lot about his body. He's going to learn a lot about himself and where he should campaign moving forward. Maybe even meeting Roach in that rematch at 140 himself. Also, another reason why I think it behooves him to come in knocking at 160 pounds is because of Jake Paul. It's not like Tank is going to dodge every punch Jake Paul throws, all right? Some of those going to land, and more than likely it's going to land on his guard. Tank is going to have his guard up. We need for him to be solid enough, his foundation and his base solid enough, so when Jake Paul hits him with those shots, he doesn't go flying around the ring.
Reports say Davis has been sparring with larger fighters to get ready for Jake Paul, but that's nothing new for him. Throughout his career, Tank has regularly challenged himself against heavier opponents, using those sessions to refine his timing and accuracy. With his natural power and sharp ring intelligence, facing bigger men has never been an issue. Recent training videos show Gervonta Davis in peak form, lean, focused, and deadly precise. Every punch he throws blends speed with power, the product of years of disciplined work. His footwork looks light but purposeful, each movement part of a controlled rhythm. Observers say the intensity in his eyes tells the story. He's locked in. Experts across the boxing world agree that Davis appears to be in the best shape he's been in for years, ready to make a statement. His power, timing, and ring control during camp remind everyone just how dangerous he still is at the top level.
Yeah.
The biggest debate heading into this fight is the size difference. Some believe Jake Paul's natural weight gives him an advantage, while others argue that Davis's skill will make up for it. Fans wonder if the size gap will cause problems for Tank, but those who know his career point out he's often gone up against, and handled, heavier opponents. Supporters say, boxing isn't just about size, it's about timing, discipline, and skill. Davis's defense and counterpunching make him tough to figure out no matter the opponent's weight. His team remains confident that his experience and movement will let him turn Jake's size against him. For Davis, this isn't a fight to prove strength, it's a chance to prove pure skill.
It is happening. WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis, who's unbeaten in 31 professional contests, takes on the self-proclaimed problem child Jake Paul, one of the most influential and marketable global personalities. Paul and Davis square off in Miami after doubts around the fight being sanctioned in Georgia triggered a change in venue. Neither fighter can weigh more than 195 pounds. The weight is perhaps the most surprising factor. Paul has boxed most of his career around 200 pounds, the cruiserweight limit, but did tip the scales at 227 pounds when he faced off against Iron Mike Tyson last year. Davis, much smaller in stature, competes at the 135 pound mark and has also won world honours at super featherweight.
And despite some discussions about possibly dropping down to 10 ounces, the pair seem set to wear 12-ounce gloves.
And in terms of distance, despite the exhibition tag, the fight will play out over 10 3-minute rounds with 3 scoring judges at ringside, but the result will not be officially recorded on their professional records.